This is my Wilde Mean Jean cyclocross bike. The Mean Jean is a steel-framed, traditional geometry cyclocross, so it's got a pretty high bottom bracket, pretty short chain stays, and the fork rake and the front end is really sharp and snappy. I really like the color of the bike. You can see the pink and purple fade. I think it looks pretty good on the video, and in person it looks just spectacular. And the quality of the paint is just truly spectacular on this bike. When we come in, we can see here, I built the bike with the Chris King headset and bottom bracket. And then I also have the matching Chris King seat post collar. And I think it all matches and pulls together and looks really cool. On the front end, I'm using I built it with a Zip Service Course aluminum handlebar, which I like the shape. And I think the aluminum bar is great for cyclocross. The shift levers are Rival, and so I've got Rival brakes on it as well. You'll see, and you can tell I do have the bike set up single speed, but this affords me the opportunity to make the bike a geared bike if I want to in the future. And the options for just dedicated single speed brakes, I don't particularly care for, so that's why I did that. And then you can see I've got the matching handlebar tape that I think really pulls it all together and looks pretty cool. And then this is kind of a neat detail here. I've got the matching bar end caps, which I think I think it looks pretty freaking sweet. And I had mentioned it's single speed, so we'll look here. I've got a Easton EA90 crankset with a 38 tooth wolf tooth chainring. I do have a Shimano XT pedal, which has been, the service life on those for me has been pretty good. I am, as I mentioned, have this set up single speed. I have a conversion kit to run a regular free hub body single speed. It's got a XDR free hub body, so I've got the Wheels Manufacturing conversion kit on it. And I am running a 19 tooth cog on it right now. So that means I've got a 38-19, which means I've got a gear ratio of 2-to-1. Which for me sits in a pretty good sweet spot for me. In terms of wheels, I'm running an Industry 9 UL 250 wheel, and that has a Industry 9 torch hub. And one of the things I did on the hub that I like to do is the free hub body, because it's relatively high engagement, can be pretty loud. And I put the Demontech free hub grease on it inside, and that makes the bike basically silent. When you ride the bike. I like the feeling of the high engagement, but I don't like the noise of the high engagement. In terms of tires, the bike has a Vittoria Torino T80 37 millimeter width tire. They're new tires for me. I haven't ridden them before. So far they seem pretty good. I've ridden the bike probably I don't know, 6 or 8 hours, and so far they feel pretty good. And one of the things that's cool about the Wilde bikes is they do have a traditional head tube badge on them, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of a nice touch. I like that. I haven't had a bike that had an actual real head tube badge on it like that. The bike is a size large. I'm about 5'11", right around there, and the bike fits me perfectly. So that's from the sizing perspective how the bike works out. The handle on the bike is really nice. I'd mentioned it's traditional cross geometry, and it rides like a cross bike. You know, I wouldn't want to ride this bike across the country for sure, or very long, but for short rides of a couple hours or less, it's just spectacular. For my first bike like this made of steel, so I'll be interested to see how I feel about that over time. So far, I really like it. So that's my bike.